Hello. I just want to say three things before I get into this. Number one, I'm sorry for like the contrasting Peggle gameplay. I couldn't think of what else to put, and I play Peggle whenever I can, so I might as well put it here. Also, just because a load of your attention spans are cooked, probably. So I just thought, okay, sorry to look at. Number two, probably the more serious one. With the title. I understand what the broad meaning of self-harm is. And this video, my story, isn't meant to diminish it, because whatever in your mind you think self-harm is, it probably isn't that. And I just want to get this off my chest, considering I have concealed it for a long part of my life. I've only told it to a select group of people, that being only like two people, and they're probably both from my family. And I haven't even told this to like my closest friends, so I apologize to like Kai, Georgia, there's a pizza parlor, Pensy Free. I'm sorry for never telling you this, but you didn't ask me. You had no knowledge, so I thought I'm just gonna get into it. And I've wrote some stuff down, just so I'm not like speaking from my mind, because I'll probably cry and get all sappy, and you probably don't want to hear that. So, yeah. This is my story of self-harm. In or around 2018, I've blocked out the date from my memory, but I know it happened. I began to feel, like, quote-unquote, depressed. It was near the end of my primary school days or elementary school. I had no reason to feel, quote-unquote, depressed. In reality, I was more a bit down and just a bit done with it all. But I wrote the words depressed on a load of bits of paper, and then my school got a bit worried for me, and my parents were a bit worried for me. So I think I was just thinking, like, how do I make this about me? But it was not a very bright time. I do have to say that through this, my parents, my mum and my dad, who you've probably seen if you watched the Jux video, there was a picture of them. They've been supportive of me all the way, just through my life, no matter what emotion I've been through, no matter how much trouble I've caused. They've always stuck by my side and always kind of defended me, and they're the best I could ever ask for. People have probably got better, like ones who live in millionaires' houses, but what I have, I can never take away, and I value them so much in my life. And no one really admits that they're proud of their parents, but after this, which I'll get into in a minute, I'll stop yapping, but I can never feel more happy than being by my side. And they're getting married soon in May, and I'll probably film it, so you'll see it here. So yay. Right, okay, here it is. This is my self-harm. During the nights, I would feel very alone. Not in a relationship, I was not old enough for that yet, but I would feel kind of trapped in a box. And this isn't due to identity, this isn't due to friendships. I kind of had nowhere to speak my mind or nowhere to express myself, even though I was still doing crappy YouTube videos. But this was before I had any social media accounts. This is when I was about 12, 11-ish. So what I would do is I would rip out my hair. Strands, little bits, one by one, block by block, I would rip my hair out. I don't know why. It was probably the more the pain sensation I would feel, it got me through it. The it being, I don't know. I can't recall anything. I've luckily blocked it out, but I still feel me ripping it out, and then afterwards, while I would have it in my hand, I would stuff it down the side of my bed onto the floor and move on. I'd do that a few times per night, then go to sleep. This continues for a few weeks, even a few months. I don't know. But yeah. And now, whenever I push my hair to the side, my hairlines are all jagged. There are little patches. I don't have any bald spots, thank God, but I have patches all over my head. and it sucks, you know, and it's nowhere near where the lows that people go. I'm grateful that I never went further than pulling out hair. But I remember the time that my mum found all the strands of hair down the side of my bed. I tried explaining it, saying, oh, I just shed a lot of hair in the night, which I still do, but I never shed that much. She was hoovering, and she just saw strands upon strands, blocks upon blocks, all down the side of the bed, even on top of a teddy. She then would sit me down one-to-one and explain to me the implications of what I was doing, and I was mortified. It was my first real moment of clarity, and I was shocked to my core to what I was doing to myself. I never had any formal therapy. I don't think I need that. But I've never had the opportunity to speak to friends one-on-one. I've always never been my true self in front of people, and that's not me trying to seek attention. Like, guys, look at me, feel sympathy. I'm trapped. No. I have a duty, personally, to entertain. I feel like no people, not even my close family, need to know who I am. And that's not to say that I suffer from any sort of depression. In fact, the last few months, especially with my YouTube success, have been the happiest. But yeah, it's the pain that I felt that have had scars in my emotion since then. And it's really hit me hard, man. And this was probably in the fallout of when I last saw my biological dad. I've also never spoken about this. I last saw my biological dad at the age of 9. We got divorced around 6 years old. I used to live in Bedford. Then I moved down to Kent. And I would travel back and forth every other weekend. And it would hurt me. Me not seeing my mum. And me going to sleep in a spare room with anything that I put on the walls taken down. I might want to go further into this some other day, but now's not the time. It's my goal to find him again. I've broken contact. I want to speak with him because I want to show him who I am now. I'm not a boy anymore. I'm grown and I am me. Additionally, years and years after the pulling hair out incident, COVID happened. And that was probably the first ever time in my life I didn't care about my appearance. If you go back to official Oppet videos or old stream clips, my hair is curlier than ever. My hair is unchanged. I didn't care. And I wish I could go back to then with the knowledge I have now. And probably I would have transitioned into who I am now easier. But yeah, hey ho. I've had a very bad resurgence of my hair issues, or hair anxiety, as I've kind of dubbed it. My main, I don't pull out my hair anymore. Thank God I don't. I just don't do it. I don't have the urge to, and I feel happy that I've never resorted to that again. But it's more of my appearance, and this isn't me being obsessed with how I look, or I need to look beautiful all the time. But the main problem for me, in my eyes, is that I will see a mirror. I'll adjust my hair. I'll sweep it back. I'll push it to the side. But then when I look away, that's not me. I don't look like that. I don't look like who I look in my head. And for those who have more of a middle kind of cut or have very short hair, they don't really have to deal with this. But for me, who thinks longer hair looks better on me because I have quite a round, little chubby head, yeah, it's hard. It really is, and it makes every day for me a living nightmare because I have to constantly adjust, readjust, push it back, puff it out, and it takes up a very big part of my mental health and my mental space, and I can't think about anything else. I can only think about 100% my hair a lot of the time. This is why I procrastinate a lot on my videos, on my school projects, it's really dawning on me how much of an issue it's becoming. I can push it back. I now tie it back whenever I'm at the gym, but I'm still not happy. And why is that? I don't know. I'm getting more and more compliments about how I look, especially after going to the gym starting in January. I've lost about 10 kilograms in those 3 months, but none of the compliments hit at all. I've bought more products like gel or serum, but it's futile, and my body confidence is higher than ever. I've actually never really had an issue with my body per se, but my hair is at a sunken low in terms of perception. And this is why if you go on any picture of me I've posted online, whether it be on Twitter, Instagram, even my fucking YouTube profile picture, it is inverted. If you invert it horizontally, you will see the real me. And it hurts. It hurts seeing it because I know that's not who I am in my head. And this is why I'm quite nervous to have my picture taken. I'm fine if I'm taking the picture or I'm taking the picture of myself, but I'm quite nervous if anyone wants to take one of me. I thought I sorted this out in June. I thought I sorted it out in January, but it resets. My perception resets, and it hurts. And I don't know what to feel, especially after the incident of 2018. And I think that has caused a massive ripple effect into who I am now, and now that I'm laughing more and having happy more in my now day-to-day life, I feel like that period of just being a bit down, being a bit miserable, has set me into someone else, and I want to get rid of it. And I know probably the best way is to get a buzz cut or something, but I'm not going to get a buzz cut. Like, be so for real. When I'm not going to go and ask for a buzz cut, especially when I have what I have now. Yeah, that was kind of a bit of a tangent. But, yeah. I hope this gave you an insight to me. I'm glad to put this out. And I've never really shared anything like this online. I've said this to people in my personal life, but never online. And I feel like I've grown closer with my personal close friends from school in the last 6 months than I have in people online. And I'm eternally grateful for it, especially after how I thought I've been treated for the last 4 years. It feels great. So, new video coming soon on the Ruben GB channel. I don't know. Thank you for listening. And I'll see you later. Goodbye.